Alright guys, Matt Collum here. Appreciate you guys taking a look at my video today. What I've got for you today, as you can see laid out here, is some everyday items that could be used in survival situations or even just everyday situations that you may not think about. So I've got a few little everyday items to show you some alternative uses that may come in handy in a survival situation or maybe even just in your everyday uses. So let's go ahead and get started and show you what I have. So as you can see, I've got some paper clips. I've also got some pull tabs from regular cans, soda cans, beer cans, anything like that. Got some cotton rounds, just some regular cotton rounds. A lot of times these are used for makeup, different uses. I've got a couple of those, and I'm going to show you some alternative uses to these that you may not have seen or thought of prior to now. So I'm going to start with the paper clips. Of course, there is a million uses for paper clips, tons of them. I'm going to go over a couple just to kind of give you an idea of why you want these in a survival bag or in a survival tin. First thing is lockpick. A couple of paper clips you can actually use to pick a lock. That's something that, you know, it's a skill you definitely have to kind of hone in. I recommend getting one of these little clear locks from Amazon. It helps you practice. If you want to practice picking a lock, you can actually see the mechanism on the inside. You can kind of see the pins there as it slides in. But a couple of paper clips bent just right. You can use these to pick padlocks, door locks, different locks that you may have to use in a survival situation if you had to get into a cabin or something in the cold, or maybe through a gate, something like that. Survival, you know, a couple of paper clips, definitely something that come in handy. So that's one use there with paper clips, just some standard large paper clips. The other thing you can do is you can bend these things in a lot of different shapes. One thing I thought about, you know, if you're out needing to look at a video or something like that, you can bend them to turn it into a little phone stand. So just kind of bend it like that where the hooks are in the front. You get a little stand in the back. You kind of have to adjust it based on the size of your phone. I kind of played around with this one to hold an iPhone. So I got it set up. Stick an iPhone right there. There you go. Now you can use it as a stand. Inexpensive stand to use your phone. Just pops right on there. Be able to watch a video. Something like that. So just a little alternative use for a paper clip. You know, they're basically toss pennies. So, you know, having something like that around, a lot of different uses. So that's another use, is just maybe you could bend it into a phone stand and use that. So next thing I have here are some pull tabs from a soda can or beer can. One thing I've learned recently, and I thought it was pretty neat, is you can cut these. Just basically make a couple of cuts, either with some pliers, or even if you have a multi-tool or a knife, but you're going to cut it here and then at the top, and then cut the middle part out. So I've got a couple that I've already cut, kind of show you, but it makes it into a fish hook. So you kind of cut it on this side so that you have to cut it at an angle so it makes the hook point, and then you just cut the top and then the middle part out. And then you can tie your string there at the top, and it makes it into a fish hook. So, you know, cans are laying everywhere. So if you're ever in a situation where you've lost your fish hooks, or maybe you're needing to get a fish hook because you didn't have one, and you can find a can, there you go. Pull tab, turn it into a can, and you have an alternate use for it. Another use for these too is if you have string or cord, you can always wrap it through these to bundle up cords. Use it as a tab for that. So another use for it. Then for these cotton rounds, what I did with these is I actually soaked one with a lighter fluid, or you could use, you know, something like that. But you can use these as fire starters. You know, you pull them apart, and it's just cotton. Makes great tinder for a fire. And if you want to keep them waterproofed, you can take them, heat up some wax, maybe even just a candle, but dip those in wax. It makes it into a waterproof fire starter. So you can put that into your camping kit or into a tinder can so that you'll have it. And then you can just break them open and pull out that cotton, and it's a waterproof fire starter that you can put in your kit. So that's an alternative use, you know. And if you're at home making these or making something for tinder, you can also use just regular dryer lint. You know, you could take some dryer lint, soak that down in some wax, and it becomes a waterproof fire starter as well. But that's a couple of uses for those. But like I said, those are just a couple of everyday uses for what a lot of people just deem as trash, probably don't even think about, but in a survival situation, everything matters. One of these hooks, I even took some of the casing off of a paracord, turned it into almost like a little fly hook. Took some paracord there, so it makes it into a decorative little fly hook. You know, you never know the situation you're in, so something you may also have is some paracord, so you can use that in case you can't find bait. Gives you a little fly. You can do that a lot of different ways, but I was just kind of showing an alternative. But you know, if you have some grubs, you can always stick them on there. Different uses. So just kind of wanted to show a few things that I thought would come in handy, you know, in a survival situation. If you were to have some of these items, you know, I put paper clips in any survival tent or kit that I use, and you know, like I said, cans are just about anywhere you go. So pull tabs, you know, you may even want to throw a couple of those in your bag, but usually there's some in a car or, you know, laying on the road or, you know, just about anywhere. So alternate for a fish hook. So appreciate you guys taking a look. Like I said, I just wanted to show a couple of little uses for everyday items that I came across in some of my research and over the years that I've learned, and I just thought I would share it. So thanks guys, and have a good day.